Basically, the lawn art story just brings the whole family aspect into my career. Like, I would be nowhere without my family, and especially nowhere without my brothers, who were just the most incredible guys. At a certain time, because my brother Paul was a little bit of Satan when he was growing up. A lot. He dressed up like it, and it was weird. But no, he was very horrible, and he'd do really horrible things, and good things, mostly horrible. And one day I remember we were down at this house that we used to go summer at, and we still do. I don't know why I just said we used to. But anyway, we're down there, and I'm playing G.I. Joe, and I was like 8, 10, 16. And my friend and I are playing G.I. Joe, and there's not a lot of kids down the beach when you go to vacation, so you know you really got to have your one true friend. I did. So we're playing. My brother has his one true friend, and they come over, and Paul literally says, "Watch this," and then proceeds to beat the living out of me. It's crazy. Just weird, like, wrestling moves, and then something he saw on local access television, and I was like, just like this on the ground, and my eyes closed, and he walks away with his friend. He's like, "Yeah, yeah." And I'm like, no, that's horrible. And my friend turns to me, and he's like, "Dude, you just got your ass kicked." So out of pride, at 8 years old, I was like, "Oh yeah, watch this." And I'm looking around, you bastard, and I'm looking around to grab something like a G.I. Joe figure or maybe Cobra, and I'm looking to grab something, and then I grab this thing, and I pull it out, and it's a lawn dart. And I don't know if you know what a lawn dart is. Very similar to the darts you throw at boards, except they're this big. And the blade's about this big, and the plastic part's about this. Very well aerodynamically designed. And I grab it, and out of courtesy, I wipe the dirt off with my hand, right? Don't want to give him a disease. And I just hurtle this thing like a hand grenade, and literally didn't look. I was like, whatever, it'll scare him, it'll buzz past his head. This thing goes, my brother's walking, he's like, "Yeah." And he goes, and he's just like, "Oh my God," and he starts running around the yard, and this thing is like hanging out the back of his head, and he's running around screaming, and my dad comes out of the house, and he's like, "What the hell's going on?" And my brother runs past him, and my dad just grabs the lawn dart as it like removes from his head, and then Paul goes down and runs a quarter mile down the road. And my dad, being a doctor, the scariest part was he'd explain exactly what could have happened to you. And he's like, "You could have paralyzed your brother. How do you feel about that?" "You could have paralyzed him because the blade could have gone into the medulla oblongata, and he would have lost his vocal mechanisms." "Yeah, so go to your room. I am very upset." And that's not even how my dad talks or sounds, but that's how the story went. And so for his wedding, I framed a lawn dart, brass plate saying, "Happy Wedding, June 22nd. And then when I presented it, I was like, just know, you can get married, you can go have a job. I did it once. I can always do it again. By removing it off the plaque and then throwing it. That's what I did.